We're a human services organization, but we're really about people. We're about the community. We're about celebrating and honoring the richness of the diversity of our community and its people.
We deal with issues that come up before the community. We try to bring some, I would say, compassion and humanity to issues.
A just community means that everybody is valued, everybody is equal, and everybody is included.
First Time Last Time began 31 years ago when it became noted that there was a tremendous influx of young people becoming involved in the criminal justice system for their very first time and entering the Erie County Holding Center as a result. And what was happening is that the young people were being released from the holding center and shortly thereafter becoming rearrested and then again rearrested. So the holding center was filling up to capacity and there was not a tool in place to help these young people. So the NFJC at the time joined forces with the Erie County Sheriff's Department and created a way to reroute their current lifestyle into a productive, successful future course.
The proof has shown that many of them never get in trouble again because they have someone who's reached out to them to help them through an early crisis in their life. It works. We know that from testimonials from over the last 30 years of people who have come back and said, thank you.
I'd be in jail today probably if it wasn't for the First Time Last Time program. And every time I think of something or I fall back on something, I just think about the program and I give her a call and it lifts me right back up.
We have a number of different ongoing programs and recurring programs with youth, primarily 7th and 8th grade or in high school, really focused on building awareness around diversity issues that affect the community, their impact on the lives of the people who live here, and then developing solutions with each other to maybe some of the problems that do exist. We also offer a series of one-day youth leadership conferences, usually focused around a diversity issue or a human relations issue, a current event topic.
From different programs that we run who want to take that next step and really work to make a difference in their community as a group, as a diverse group of young people. So they meet once a month, and we're working on a program right now where they're going to be developing their own conference for students in the community, which is great. It's really exciting.
Talk about racism and activities we could do in our school and programs we could start in our school to end it.
At the workshops, usually there'll be a theme, like language or racism. And one of my favorite ones is when they talk about breaking down barriers.
I also learned how I can participate in my community to make it more diverse.
We've done a lot of work with bullying this year, Facebook and instant messaging and Twitter and all those things. Kids are being terrorized.
We have kids from the inner city, kids from the suburbs, even kids from the country. And we have deputies from the sheriff's office act as, I would say, cadre or as counselors, along with the Justice Center staff for a week.
At first, I really didn't know what the program was about. And I was a little bit nervous because I knew that I was one of the few students that was getting picked for the program, so I didn't know really anybody.
We try to connect with the kids. Not only they try to connect with them, they try to connect with us, hopefully, that's the goal, but also with one another because they're from such diversified backgrounds.
We were put into groups and we were able to sit and talk to each other about ourselves and being able to express yourself and be honest and truthful about things.
And I think it's an opportunity that we have to be able to connect with the kids, to see that, we don't have uniforms on, we have, sweats on and t-shirts and we play games, sports with the kids.
I think if they're going to be, sort of intimidated by the sheriff's deputies, or they're not going to get to know them very well, and by the end they're using them, they're very good friends, they're close to them, they're using them for job referrals and college references or just maybe mentors, along the way. For youth, we work with our Community Build program. It runs twice a year at St. Bonaventure University. They host us there.
It's a weekend-long retreat that focuses on human relations within the middle school dynamic, really looking at bullying and social cliques as they affect relationships in the schools.
And we take about 30 kids from across Western New York, and they come together basically being strangers, and we talk to them for 3 days about very intense issues about race, about socioeconomic status, about family, about culture, about how they want to improve their world. And kids who in the beginning on the bus, they were sort of sitting there and didn't want to talk to anybody, and they were sort of nervous about it and scared. By the end of the 3 days, they are hugging and I love you, and I'll text you next week, and and it's just an amazing thing to see. They really bond and connect in a very short period.
People need to be tolerant and respectful of each other and recognize, as you see in Buffalo with their rich diversity of cultures and ethnic backgrounds and religious beliefs, people need to respect those differences.
Things are tight now. Everybody is scraping around trying to find out how they're going to make it to the next year. So we have our challenges before us. But I think that most people really feel that there needs to be something that deals with human rights in spite of the economy and in spite of the situation we find ourselves in.
Personally, I grow every day from this whole organization. I take it home to my children, my grandchildren now, and making a difference in a life, one person at a time. That's what we've always tried to do. The NFJC has been around since 1950 in Western New York, and there are a lot of people, a lot of leaders that we recognize at our programs, at our events, who have made a difference. And someone asked me this year after our community leader luncheon, how do you keep finding people who all are so deep and do such meaningful things in our community? And I say, it's easy. They're there, looking at the positive. If we can all look at the positive and have the confidence to say who we are as a person and as a community, they'll hear us across America.